What's going on, guys, gals, and everyone in between? You are on the sidelines with the Sideline guys. I am Chris,
And I'm Derrick.
and today we are joined by two very special guests. I'm really excited to introduce you guys to the Sideline guys fam. First up, we got our guy, Bobby. Please tell him who you are, and excited to have you on, man.
What's up, y'all? My name is Bobby. Supreme Bob with three B's at the end. If y'all want to look up my social media, my Instagram, Twitter, it's the same on everything. Even my PSN if y'all got a PS5. But yeah, man, what's up? I'm Bobby. I've been trying to collab with Derrick for a long time, so way overdue. So let's hope this episode is, one for the vault, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And you heard the man. Don't try to add him with a P4. It's P5 time only. All right. If
Oh
if y'all
yeah,
still
Yeah,
don't
P5.
got
We
it,
got five, man.
y'all
Come on.
lost. Y'all
I,
lost.
st- I still don't have one, man.
Oh
They took
no.
way too long to launch those things, or at least for them to be out, available. And by the time I was going to go buy one, I was like, nah, I'll just get a PS4. I'm not.
I'm just happy,
Oh, it's
man.
all
Just
good.
at least the
Yeah,
PlayStation get you going with some of those games. You
yes,
know?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. As long as you're not on the
Yanta.
Xbox shit, we
Yeah.
cool. We cool.
Yeah, yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
not an Xbox. We stopped doing the red ring stuff back in high
Yes, sir.
Bruh.
Yes, sir. But most importantly, last but not least, I'm really excited to introduce you guys to our guy Angel as well. So please, tell them where they can find your stuff and a little bit about who you are.
My name's Angel. I don't have a lot of social media. Not gonna lie, I'm the one person that you'll find that doesn't have Instagram and stuff. But nah, you'll catch me a lot in the group. I usually start trouble, give Derek headaches. Uh, but yeah, oh, stuff I say just to start a little something and just leave for an hour, come back, and just chaos. But nah, uh, yeah, I'm a diehard Bills fan. Anything, a lot of teams in New York besides the Yankees. Can't stand the Yankees. Sorry. I'm a Heat fan
It's
for sure.
crazy.
Yeah, I live in both
five. Oh
states.
man.
Jags and Bills are my two favorite teams. So I grew up a Jags fan living in Florida, and then when we moved here, I just fell in love with the Bills, fell in love with the culture. So it's been all Bills for.
Hey, look, for y'all watching, if you have not caught on, this is Angel is the brother of Jonathan, who's the Sideline Guys OG, but also Matt. So we get on Chris and I have gotten on Matt a couple of times about his fandom for the Bills, but also for the Chargers.
Mhm.
So he must get that from you.
So the Chargers, I don't know what he's talking about. I'll tell you that right now. I don't preach that to him at all. He is just a Herbert fan,
Yeah,
and
yeah, 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 yeah,
he likes to troll. So he's caught on to me and John's troll tendencies. So
yeah,
he likes the Chargers just to troll us and like talking about how Herbert's better than Josh Allen and so things like that. But
yeah.
nah, he yeah he's
Nah.
still finding his sports ways though. He's just learning about sports and catching on and
Yeah,
so I know football he caught on fast. He want to know everything about
real
it.
quick, real
next
quick.
next
Yeah,
basketball, and then we'll see what goes from there. But he becoming a sports head because of y'all for sure.
That's
yeah.
dope.
Well,
It's so
I'm gonna try
easy
to
to get
convert
you
him.
hooked.
Yeah.
No, you ain't no Eagles. No, no, no.
Oh no, no,
Nothing,
no.
Boston,
That ain't
nothing
happening. I
Boston
gotta give.
related.
I
Nothing
gotta give him to
Boston.
the Celtics. I gotta
Nah,
give him to the Celtics.
Oh
That
my God.
no, I know Boston. That's,
Oh, Celtics. Jesus Christ.
we grew up hating Boston sports at as a whole. I mean, my
Yeah,
parents are fans. They from the heart of the city. They from Bushwick and all that stuff. So like, it's it's all Yankees and that's it. We hate the Mets just as much as the Red Sox. So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
the Yankees in our house. Man. We was born with a fitted.
This is all
Yeah,
facts,
man.
bro. And this is how I feel right now. That's why I'm like, why were you saying fuck the Yankees earlier? What got lost in translation? I gotta figure this out. But I'm excited to have y'all on. This is gonna be a dope show.
Yes,
First
sir.
and foremost, though, we wanted to get into the NBA All-Star voting, talk about our thoughts on how it's being done now, and give our little pitch on how we should fix it, right? Because that's what we do on this show. We fix things that are broken.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm gonna toss it right off the bat to Derrick. I know that there was a segment that you saw with Paul Pierce that you wanted to sort of frame the conversation with. So please put us on, man.
Yeah, man. So recently, if you guys have not seen it, the legend himself, the truth, Paul
Oh,
Pierce. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get under your skin, bro.
The
He
legend
was
himself,
actually,
the truth.
yeah, yeah. The guy that
Mm.
Kobe loved playing against.
Rest in peace to Kobe, man. Come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, no, he said that he was discussing the All-Star voting, and he brought up the point that of course, it's a popularity contest, right? There's no If we're in the day and age where we're talking about positionless basketball, then we should be going based off of the top five in each conference in terms of who's going to start, right? This whole idea
Right.
that you could talk about in the East, you got Giannis, you got Tatum, you got Embiid, you got Durant, who Durant will likely miss it anyway based off of because of injury, but um, you got those top four, and you're looking at them, you're like, who should start, who's going to sit, right? If if we're talking about the top five guys in terms of who are the top five statistically, it should go based off of that. And positionless basketball, if we're actually going to be in the day and age of positionless basketball, it should not be fan voting that decides who starts, right? So
Mm.
I wanted to ask you all if that's something that you agreed with, and if not, what's a way that we can fix the All-Star game in terms of who starts, who's selected, all that.
Uh,
so
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
uh,
ahead.
I mean, for me, I've always been a fan of having the players decide who plays.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm a big supporter in my peers' view of me is more important than some fan that's probably never even seen me play before in person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Mm-hmm.
is important, obviously, because that's how you essentially that's how you make money,
Right.
being a people fans and playing well. But I'm a big fan of just having the players vote for the All Star stuff, and even if they can't do that, this type of thing where the players get a bigger percentage of who gets in, and the fans could do it well. But I feel like the peers need to be the ones that have the bigger voice, because
Mm-hmm.
they're the ones that play with each other. They're the ones that go every night and go out there and go against, head up. They go to war against each other. So I'm a supporter of the players deciding all that. Um, that's just been my opinion for a minute now.
Yeah.
Sure.
What
What
you think
about you,
about?
Yeah,
Bobby?
yeah, I agree. Like like that one time when LeBron, I don't know who was the other captain, but they was a captain with LeBron, and they was choosing the players like the All Star, like how it was a pickup. I I've never been a fan really of like letting us the fans pick who needs to be in the All Star game, because I mean, it's people out here that's legit balling, you know what I'm saying? That's not going to get picked. It's all
Right.
a popularity contest, really. So it's like I seen a tweet from Aaron Gordon. He said, if I play in the All Star game, I'll do dunk contest. And people want to see Aaron Gordon do dunk contest. Of course, he's probably had probably top three best dunk contests. So, you know, tweet
Yeah.
away, vote away. And what happens if I mean Aaron Gordon is not a bad player, but All Star worthy. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I think I really think All Star voting should be like what Angel said, amongst like the NBA players. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be like, because it is a like a game, not really a competitive game. You know what I'm saying? It's to have fun. But that one time where like when like that All Star game where Kobe passed away, and that was an honor for Kobe. You know how
Mm-hmm.
competitive that was. Like
Yeah.
they was trying to reach, I think, like what 124 or something like that, having to do with
Mm-hmm.
his number. It was. I'm talking about the sweat, the fouls was going. Like I had never seen that many fouls in the All Star game. You know what I'm saying?
There was
Especially
actual
towards the end.
defense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
defense being played, not just alley oops or like throwing it back and forth. So I feel like what Angel, I agree. Like the players should, have like more control besides the fans, because you can vote in Jordan Poole, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Andrew Wiggins, you know what I'm saying? Like Andrew Wiggins started last season, and I mean, hey,
Yeah,
Maple Jordan.
like he's an NBA champion, so
and it's
whatever.
crazy.
But
2 years straight, Book didn't even get in the All-Star game. He wasn't voted in. So
exactly
like,
my point
Right.
exactly.
for balling, you're averaging these crazy points, and the only reason why is because their team ain't shown on TV as much. But
Mhm.
players like LeBron and Giannis, they know when they play Book in them, they're gonna have to be running.
Right.
Like you're not,
Yeah.
you're not dribbling down court. You tighten up those laces. like, and, and guys like that aren't even voted in by the fans. So that's
Right.
Mhm.
of like people not knowing, just like Bobby was saying, you don't know who the real ballers are, and majority of the fans are these kids that are like tapping on their phone as fast as they can to vote for their favorite player, the one that's on
Right.
social media doing dances on TikTok. Like it's you know what I'm saying? Like they're not voting for actual basketball players; they're voting for who's popular. Because right
Yeah.
now, in popularity, people like Jordan Poole gonna get voted in the All-Star game. People like
Mhm.
that because they're funny to be around. They see all these viral videos of them and they just want to see them in the game, you know?
Right.
And you got because of it.
I agree with both of y'all, and I got a solution. So this is how I think they should be doing this. I think they should give each player a list of 12 for each conference, right? So you have East and West, and the way
Mhm.
that the votes should be counted is like you rank that number one, the person you put at the number one spot for the all-star team on that conference, they get a
Mhm.
certain amount of points. And same thing all the way down to 12. And then once you tally up everyone's votes of that top 12, what whoever has the most votes across everyone, it'll come down that way. And now instead of having LeBron and someone else being the primary coach, because I think that's something that's also skewed by popularity. I don't think he's
Mhm.
the best player in the West anymore. So instead of having that
Yeah.
be the thing, let's get the coaches, right? Because they're always there anyway, right? The first seed coach
Mhm.
from each conference. Let's get the coaches. Let's let them decide rotations once the team's already set. So the top 12 is already set. Let them decide rotations, not even based off the voting, based on what they feel, based on I would imagine how the players feel as well. But
Mhm.
let them make those decisions and then actually put some weight on this game. Like you said, we want to have a competitive game. So why not make something? I don't know exactly how you would implement this, right? But I know for a long time now, conferences haven't really meant anything in the NBA. Not in the way that they do in the NFL, right? So why
Yeah.
not put some sort of bonus incentive on this game for that conference, right? So
Mhm.
I don't know how it will be. Maybe for playing teams, right?
Mhm.
Maybe you switch it up. The playing teams instead of playing against the seeds in that conference, it's a cross conference now. But the team that plays at home is the team that won the All-Star game. That's something real small, right? Something that you
Right.
might even not necessarily think you want to play for, but something
Mhm.
to play for. I feel like that's important to add some relevance to these games. What do you think, Derek?
Yeah, well, you just blew mine out the water then, because I was really thinking about, statistical rankings, right? Going back to what Paul Pierce was talking about, um, allowing it to be positionless basketball. But I feel like we need to get back to the days of the conferences. I don't like the draft pool
It's
too much, right? Like it's just weird.
bad.
It's weird. I need to like, and I understand why they were doing it, because there was one conference that was more dominant than the other. But right now you have both conferences that are relatively even in terms of talent, right? You're
Right.
not looking at one as saying that, oh, this is lopsided. It's not been lopsided for a little second now. So I would say go back to doing the conferences and doing like what you were saying, Chris. Make it be something that they're playing for, because it has to be something that we're competing for the playoffs. Now I know that there are teams that aren't going to make the playoffs, right?
Right.
So like anybody that, and I mean even if those teams that won't make the playoffs, they likely wouldn't be in the All-Star game. But if you're talking about statistics, you might see one of those guys from those teams, get their way into all-star voting, or at least into the spotlight a little bit, right? So I think there's got to be some way we're doing it to where you get that competition back, because I'm gonna tell you where they lost me with All-Star Game. You remember that year where Steph bounced the ball up and Giannis went up and dunked it?
Yeah, I was sick. Yeah.
That was it. That was it. Because it was like, come on. I think that was the same year where Steph just laid down on the court so he wouldn't get dunked on or whatever. I was like, come on, man. Like, I get it. At the same time, I don't. Like, I want to see competition. And especially if I'm not mistaken, I think they named one of the awards at the Kobe for the All-Star Game, right?
Mhm.
So if you're
MVP,
gonna
right?
name, yeah, so if you're gonna name an award after someone that played hard, no matter what the game was, you cannot, you cannot be lackadaisical. That's gotta be something in and of itself too,
Mhm.
right? So I mean,
Right.
I don't care if you're talking about like uh uh incentive or whatever, like in terms of like this person who wins the award, gets X amount of dollars or whatever. I don't care what it is. They got to do something, because I at this point, when's the last time y'all watched the All-Star Game?
Fully, yeah. It's been
Player
a couple of years.
the
first
year
last
the
one.
year that I was talking about, where there was where the year that it was an honor for Kobe. That's the last time I even watched like the whole All-Star
Yeah,
game. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the last time. What year was that?
But
Like what?
prior to that, when was the last time you watched it? Because that meant something. I think that was last year or the year prior.
Yeah, I was
I think the actual game that I was browsing, I wasn't even watching. I was browsing. It was the one where he bounced the ball and
Yeah.
Giannis dunked it. It hasn't been that. Like it hasn't been
Yeah.
serious since, I don't know, the
It's
All-Star Weekend period has just been true. So
Yeah, which
you
goes
know,
back to the dunk contest. I don't care about names. I want guys that have bounce to get in.
oh my god,
Let's see, because I don't think we're at this point, we're not topping the Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine contest.
no,
We're not
unless
topping that.
I thought those 2 years were just ridiculous back. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
not
think
topping those.
it's
no, I don't think so. Unless you put Zach LaVine, Gordon, and Donovan Mitchell. I heard John Morant might get in there. I heard he's
so.
talking about getting in there.
I think Ja and Zion could save it. I think that would be the most recently hyped dunk contest so far.
I'm afraid for Zion to do that, bro.
I mean,
Pad the court. Pad the court.
I'm sorry, and I don't mean
he
to
might
make
be
fun of
the
him,
first person to break that dunk contest.
but that's look, it's unnecessary for him to do it. That's all I'm
no,
saying. Is
no, we need. That's the thing. We need Zion to
We,
do it.
we need him to do it,
that's what I'm saying.
but risk versus reward, right? Like if you're a Pelicans fan, you don't want to see that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
say the same thing about him going to All-Star game as well. He's actually
Right,
playing this.
right,
He's
That's true.
in dunk contest. He wakes up and dunks the ball probably. Like if I got
right,
hooping,
right.
like
Right.
is it?
But
That's
Zion
so.
might be an actual starter in the All-Star game this year. So
So like
Mhm.
I would love to see a Ja and Zion dunk contest. I would love to see, Aaron Gordon come back too. I know he's being an activist about it and saying that you guys have been screwing me over with it, but um, I
blah blah
I
blah.
wish we could vote on who dunks. Honestly, if there's
He
gonna be
got
a
to
vote,
get over that.
vote
Yeah.
I just
Say
think a
fan
cash
voting.
incentive. Just give us a cash incentive, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure people are gonna be signing up to play. Like people are gonna be
Yeah.
signing up to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
money.
because I
And I know
heard
the
Josh
the
said a
trophy
million.
means something, but yeah, just put up some money, and I
Yeah.
promise people will sign up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you come to us with the problems, we got the solutions, baby. That's all I
Yes,
gotta
sir.
say on that.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
really
Right.
excited to introduce our new segment we got starring our guy Bobby called Kicking It. Please just take it away. You got the floor. Go right ahead, bro.
So basically, this segment called "Kicking It," we're trying to just bring fashion to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like bring fashion to OTS. Bring swag and deliver that in the right way. And my name is Bobby Supreme Bob, as you guys know. On all the social media. And what brought me into fashion really, um, I would say my junior year in high school, I went to Shallow over there in Gwinnett. I don't know where y'all went to, where y'all from, but I was going to Shallow over there in Gwinnett. And my junior year, I don't know what changed me, but I always wanted to be different. You know what I'm saying? I just never had the confidence to be different. Like with the multiple piercings I have from both noses and whatnot. And sorry, both ears and my nose, and was just looking different. I woke up one day and I was like, I'm not gonna look like everybody else. I'm gonna look different, and I'm gonna just look like me. And then ever since then, it just took off. And yeah, I've always tried to look different. I feel like fashion is something you just put on. You know, the old saying, the clothes won't make you, you make the clothes. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
really not worrying about what everybody else think. You know what I'm saying? Just be confident in what you have on, because it doesn't matter if, because me, I'm not a big like name brand guy like Balenciaga, Gucci, you know what I'm saying, Dior, you won't catch me in like too many of those things. Have I owned them? Not really, but you're not gonna catch me. I'm not like I put on like I'm more of a thrifter. You know what I'm saying? Like that's more of my fashion wave. Like I go to like your neighborhood Goodwill, your neighborhood thrift store, and try to go in and make masterpieces out of those old items. You know what I'm saying? Because
Nice.
that's what it's all about. You put on the clothes and you make it look good. It doesn't matter if it comes from Walmart. It doesn't matter if it comes from Macy's. It doesn't matter if it comes from the Gucci store. It's about the person that puts it on. You know what I'm saying? So that's a quick tutorial on just fashion. Really, my favorite fashion. And I want to ask you guys as well. My favorite fashion model, well not model, brand, and it's been like that for since ever is Bathing Ape. I know you guys know Bape, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the
Mm-hmm.
ape. Um and really who put me on Bathing Ape was Kid Cudi, Pharrell, Lil Wayne, like back in the day. It was just something about that camouflage and that monkey that drew me to it. And then Pharrell having all the colors, it was, and then it was just different. And like I said, I'm a guy that's different. And and if you guys didn't know, Nigo, the guy that's in Pharrell's group, that's the creator of Bathing Ape. So you know what I'm saying, I've been following Pharrell and the Neptunes, and I've been a fan of that. So that's what kind of drew me into that as well, and seeing them dress outside of that. That also, fun fact, drew me into skateboarding as well. Seeing them dress outside of that, looking like a skater or whatever. Just looking like you don't have a care in the world. That's the type of my vibe. So I want to ask you guys,
Oh,
what's a brand that you guys like if you had to pick one? Not if you guys don't have a brand or you're not like into brands, but what's a brand that you guys like a fashion brand that if you had to pick one? It don't matter who go first, anybody.
I mean, my favorite personal brand has always been Nike. That's
Right.
always my favorite. I mean, that's just what I
That's
wear all
mine. That's mine too.
like.
My second.
I would say Ralph Lauren too. I've always grew up wearing Ralph Lauren, the
Yeah.
t-shirts, and
mm-hmm.
Very
so
old school.
simple person when it comes to dress, like when it comes to getting dressed. Like as long
Yeah.
as like I have sneakers and I'm good and they look good, or I can wear a t-shirt and some shorts or something like that, I'm good. I don't need to wear no designer and stuff like that. Like kind of
Yeah.
like we
Right.
were, you know, you don't have to wear designer to look good or feel good. It's just how you put it together. So
Right.
Yeah.
definitely,
I would.
I'm a person, man. I can't wear all that expensive stuff and be uncomfortable. I'm good with a hoodie, some
Yeah.
shorts. I'm good. I live man.
What about you,
Yeah.
Derrick? What's up with you, man?
I
What's your
would.
favorite brand?
Funny enough. Um, and you probably know it. I don't think I've heard anybody really talk about them before, but Target, their brand of clothes, Goodfellow.
Oh, come
I'm
Yeah,
a
on,
I know
look,
exactly what you're talking about.
bro.
bro. I'm wearing some of their jeans right now. Like,
Yeah.
like jeans. I got some boots. Like I got compliments and all of that, and I like to look good,
Right.
but I don't like the price of a lot of this stuff out here. So,
Right.
I'm not running out to get anything like that either. So yeah, Goodfellow, Nike, um, to be honest, I really want to get into Nipsey's clothing line, the Marathon Continues, or the Marathon.
Right.
I want to get into some of their stuff. But you know, I looked up some of their prices and I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, well, look, OTS will be coming out some stuff pretty soon too. So you
I'm
know,
trying to
y'all
tell
be on the
you, I'm
lookout
trying to
for
rock
that.
some OTF stuff, man.
Oh,
Let's get it.
Yeah, that's
Dope.
right.
That's gonna be dope. I can't wait for that. I was gonna
Last
say,
but not least.
even though you said it was cheap, I'm surprised because Tarjay is a little bougie. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah.
I'm
man,
surprised
Tarjay is a
that it is
little
cheap.
yeah.
bougie.
catch him on the off season. I just bought a short sleeve shirt, and I'm in Georgia too, so you know, like the weather's been crazy here. But
Oh
I
my
just bought
god.
a short sleeve shirt for $6, and
Oh,
I've like that thing is amazing. Good
Solid.
fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust
Nice.
uh,
me.
Nice.
yo, they
Go get the
come.
off season
So
stuff.
you like quality. So you like
Yeah,
quality over, of course, right?
I like
Because
quality clothes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
some of these, because some of the high fashion stuff, like when you see it, it's so it just looks
It's
terrible.
cheap.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
very
Trash.
cheap. It's
And it
trash,
yeah,
tears
so
easily. Yeah.
yeah.
it tears easily.
For me,
Very.
I got two underrated hitters for y'all. So I agree with a lot of things you were saying, actually, Bobby. Growing up in New York, Jordans, J's are huge, right? So
Yeah.
I
Tim's
personally
too.
I like, yeah, of course, but that's not you can't really get fly with the butters. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Hey,
staple.
bro,
You know what I mean?
I love them. I love them.
I feel you. They're comfortable. They got the utility, all of that. But
Yeah.
for
Yo.
me, I always try to like think of it in a different angle, right? And try to find like different stuff that people aren't wearing that I like. So I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
give y'all two shoe brands. One that probably doesn't even exist anymore, but the Darrell Revis ones back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember. He had his own signature shoe from Nike, and I
Wow.
fuck with those heavy. I have three pairs of those. Yeah, I have three pairs of those. One of them is
Wow.
leather, and the toe box is like army, and the side has like orange accents. Bro, it's fire. I have a pair. They're like all blue with the strap. They kind of look like the KD fours a little bit. But that's a low key hitter. I recommend look that up, yeah. And then the other one that was big for me is Nike SB. People really
Yeah.
sleep on Nike SB. The quality of their shoes is so dope, and each shoe has a story, right? Like it's not just
Mhm.
oh, you getting the Jordan sixes, they're this colorway because of this. Nah, if you
Mm-hmm.
pull out the soles, for example, I have one pair of Nike SBs called the Krampuses. You pull out
Mm-hmm. I
the
know
soles,
exactly what
there's
you're
a
talking
Mhm.
about. Great shoe. Great shoe.
yes, great shoe, and the translucent bottom with the
Yes.
red
Oh
flicks,
my
it
god.
looks so
With the
dope.
yeah.
But the insoles itself, you put them next to each other and you see like a Christmas story with Krampus, because that's who Krampus is. He's like the
Right.
person that distributes the cold to the people who are naughty. And
Mm-hmm.
on
Mhm.
the toe box, on the actual tongue, there's a picture of Krampus on right on the thing. So stuff like that, I'm a sucker for details. I have like probably like 9 or 10 pairs of SBs, and each of them have something like that. That like if you didn't know, if I didn't tell you, you would have no idea that it's inspired by a certain thing. So those are some of the kicks that I love. And then as far as apparel, Primitive, man, they have some really dope stuff. And shout out my guy Angel. You know, I'm a big dude. Not everyone has the proper sizes for me. So
Right.
Primitive has my sizes, and it fits well. It looks good. And it's really comfortable too. So quality and comfort all in one. And their designs are very elaborate. I got a couple hoodies, Marvel hoodies from there. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of cool collabs they do. So those are my shouts.
Nice.
I'm a person when it comes to brands, only because like just exactly what Chris said, being a bigger dude, like I wear a 3X, right? But a 3X in Nike is gonna be totally different than a 3X
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I'm either wearing a tank top or a regular shirt, depending on like what I got on. Or so it's yeah, I'm gonna stay with Chris, man. Once I find something, that's it. I'm good. Like I would start, I rock their
Yeah.
brand or I try to mix it up.
You got to check out Primitive, bro. I promise you won't be let down. I've never bought something that didn't fit me right. And as a bigger dude, that's a big problem we got for sure.
So a shirt
Right.
that actually started liking, I got a couple of Carhartts too. They shirts.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
I love
yeah.
car.
It's
Yeah, it's a great
simple,
brand.
simple, it's clean. Like you would think, like, dang, like, is it really fashionable to wear that? But I started people
It's
started showing.
very
I'm
fashionable.
like, wait, I was wearing this for a minute. Now everybody wants to wear it. I'm like,
Yup.
He was like, I was wearing this to work. Not everybody wearing it to the club. What's going on?
exactly.
It was actually okay, let me ask y'all a question. So it was a shoe that will you guys know like if you get an injury, it's a and they give you a boot, like a little
Yep.
boot or whatever, right?
Aircast. Yep.
Yeah. So it's so it's actually available to wear like as like, with jeans, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like to the
saw that.
club or stuff like that. Like how do you guys feel about I feel like these fashion labels can just sell anything and people will go for it. Like how do y'all feel about that? Because actually when it first dropped, it sold out like in 10 minutes. Like
Did
a
it?
fake boot. Yeah, a fake boot.
Do you know why that's dumb as hell?
Like a fake boot. Like you're walking around with two fake boots on. Like with jeans.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Bro,
That's-
I got
Like-
laughed at
Like,
wearing
do you
that.
guys know the app called Goat? Like Goat.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's on Goat. Like, look it up on Goat. I think what the Aircast or whatever. I think I don't know the actual name, but yeah, like
Yeah.
size it, and I think it retails for like $450.
See, you know why that's dumb as hell? You could get one of those Aircasts off Amazon for like $80.
and then we go flip that probably and sell it for 400.
I've got two. I have two
He's like,
myself,
I fucked up
bro.
my ankles. I
You
got
can make
Nah,
some money,
and
bro. You can make
nah.
some money.
Hey,
Do you know how I messed my foot up too?
hey, Bobby,
I was-
I sell that
I'm
draft.
trying to tell you.
For sure. Look, I was playing basketball in Tim's.
Yeah.
criminal. Look,
Wow.
when you heard
Yo,
this,
yo,
I knew you was a hack when you told me this too.
Whoa,
I know you a hack.
Were you trying
Bro.
to get faster and stronger?
Nah, look, it was a pickup game. Like we were playing 2K, and then we were just talking trash. Like you can't do this in real life. You can't do this for real. And I'm like, bruh, like, let's go outside.
Derrick, I know you foul. I know you
Bro.
I was
foul.
about to say you the
Bro,
Tony Allen of
listen.
pickup with some fucking butters on.
You gotta take them off
Bro.
and just play air.
You laced up the Tim's. That's crazy.
Hey man. Nah,
Oh, that's
look, and it's the
nasty work.
funny thing is, I was playing near defense. Like I was playing the best defense I
I
could
know.
play.
I know you was.
And it was the last possession, bro. I got crossed up. I was guarding the best guy on the court.
Yeah.
I got crossed up. He went this way, I went that way. And it was he hit me with a hezzy.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Oh, it was horrible, bro. I
was
partially tore
bad
my
business.
Achilles.
Oh my god.
Like I felt the Achilles go underneath my foot. I had to
Wow.
do this to my foot to get that thing pop into place.
Wow.
It was horrible, man. I went out bad, but I walked off the court. Like, hey, look, I just thought I'd just like mess
You
something
put
up or
the
whatever.
the Kobe. You know, you
Mama
still
mentality.
Shot,
Word.
Mama mentality, yeah.
You know, still shot the free throw.
Exactly. And I don't think he converted I don't think he scored that basket. It was just like I just went down.
He
Like
crossed me,
course
but
he
he
is.
ain't finished. He ain't finished.
Of course he didn't score. He had to look back. He was like, "Damn, I ain't know I hit him like that."
bruh, I will
Then you went
never.
to the end zone.
I will
That's crazy.
never play in Tim's again. But I played my heart out and all that. Had to wear those that Aircast.
Yeah.
I don't see how anybody could wear that as fashion because that's not fashion, bro. That messes.
Yeah,
they
that's what
suck
I
to
don't
wear.
like. That's what takes away like the love of fashion because like these big labels just put out anything, like put out, and they know what they be doing. That shit is bullshit.
Yeah.
They put out anything, and it's like people of today has been sucked in with social media too much. Like if they see like Kanye or Travis or or like anybody with like high caliber name put that stuff on, you know, they rush to go get it, and then they make it seem like, you know, yeah, look at me, and it's just it's stupid, yo. It's stupid. It's
I
stupid.
agree. And nothing speaks to that trend more than the off whites. Like I think all those off whites are ugly as fuck. And
You think so?
I will argue to the death. I feel like all of those. I like the inverse swoosh, right? I like those,
Man.
but especially the more generic ones. Like I feel like they're just living off the name at this point. Like I get the deconstruct look. I like the blazers a little bit, but for the most part, it's like I feel like it's all hype. Like I feel like y'all living
I
off of
feel
hype
like
with that.
now, okay, I will say this. Virgil, for one thing, RP to Virgil.
Hmm.
But for one, I mean, you know, he puts words in quotations, you know, he makes the
Mm,
shoe look like it's barely made. So I mean, it's it was different when it first came out. I'll say that. Like
yeah,
when ASAP Rocky first debuted the Chicago Off White, and everybody
yeah.
was like, "Oh, were
Oh
those
yeah.
customs? Are those customs?" And then he was like, "Nah, these are Off White." And then then he started doing the Louis Vuitton site, and then he brought Louis Vuitton. Well, it didn't never leave the map, but he kind of brought it more to like the cultural side, if that makes sense. Like when Lil Uzi was starting to wear the like Offset, people like that was starting to put on Louis Vuitton and stuff. So, and Kanye. Well, no, Kanye don't even wear Louis Vuitton like that no more. He's just real cool with Virgil. So, but um, I on the off white shoe. Me personally, I'm a fan of like the dunks, the ones I own like a couple of pair of the off whites. But I do see what you're saying, like of the you know just you just putting words in a quotation mark. That's it. You know what I'm saying? The shoe looks like it's just look like it's barely built. I get what you're saying, but I don't know. For me, it was just the first shoe that looked different. You know what I'm saying? Like that looked like, oh, because if he never made that, like the way Jordan was going with Jordan stuff, they was just going downhill. Like these colorways are just
Mm,
trash. You know what I'm saying? They're just coming out with the same shoe every year. The quality's going down, so it gave me something different to wear. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Um, and Yeezys are cool too, but sometimes, I'm not really an Adidas guy. Like I'm just Nike swoosh all the way. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But and plus some Adidas, the way they operate on your feet, I kind of got an odd foot myself, so that's why with Nikes I kind of wore that my whole life, and but Adidas apparel, I'll rock with that, but over Nike's apparel, but Nike always, but and that's another reason why I like Virgil much because he's with Nike. So, and I'm
Mm.
kind of a Nike man, like all the way Nike. Shout out Angel. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but yeah. I don't know, man. I like the off white. I like the off white. I like them. Like,
And I would
it,
say real quick, like the main reason why I take issue with them is like if they were a standard drop, right? If they were just in every foot action, full runs in all sizes, I honestly feel like if they didn't have the special releases, that they wouldn't have been this hype. Like I feel like a lot of those shoes, like not all of them, but a lot of them would be sitting in stores still, and probably would have made the outlets. That's another thing I like too. I don't know if uh, I know you mentioned doing thrifting and stuff. A big thing for me is going to sneaker outlets and seeing what I could get.
Mm,
Crazy
right.
sneaky pickups. I got the all suede. Actually, they kind of do look like Tim's. Griffey's one day for like I
Mm.
think it was $70, and this was like a couple months after they first dropped. So like that's something that I also take pride in, like finding good deals on stuff that I know that is hype, but I could pay a cheaper price for and still have that same experience. So I think so. I know that we're gonna be looking ahead to like more sneaker releases and stuff like that. I think something cool that we could do in upcoming weeks is like maybe do like a sneaker or a piece showcase, right? Like one day, one of us is assigned for that week, right? We come in, we show a pair of kicks that we have and why they're significant to us, or why you fuck with them specifically, or an article of clothing or
Right.
something like that. I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be something cool for everybody.
I would not be
What's
able to
y'all three?
participate.
What's y'all three favorite sneakers y'all got in your closet right now? It don't matter the brand. Just what's y'all three favorite sneakers right now?
Man,
That give me your. I want your go tos and your two like. Oh man, I just love these shoes. It don't matter if they're beaters or not, bro. I just want to hear it.
I'm gonna sound crazy basic, but obviously Tim's.
All
Going
right.
with all whites ones. I mean all ones. Sorry. All Uptowns. And then
Yeah.
man,
Say those.
Air Forces.
Air Forces. Yeah.
Good, good for you. Can't never go wrong with all whites, man.
I got some up tempos too that I like.
hmm
That's a good shout.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a good. That's
uh,
a good three. That's a good solid three.
yeah. right now.
Mine-
But my favorite sneaker is Jordan 1. I could rock
Yeah.
that all day.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a good shooter route. Very easy shooter route.
Mhm.
Who's next? What's up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all some heat that I got. So my everyday beaters. It's gonna be super random, but I rock some Asics, man. I rock some Asics. They're so comfortable,
Yeah.
What
and
number?
they're the standard ones with like the mesh, like they're like running shoes.
Oh
But
yeah,
I
yeah. I know
rock
you're talking about.
those pretty regularly. Those are my beaters, just cause A, comfort, and B, like you got some boot cut pants, you throw them on top, like they don't even look bad either. So those are my beaters right there. And then my two like high end, which one day maybe I'll show them on the podcast. I have a pair of orange Lenings from D Wade. So
Oh
fire.
man.
It's like a paint splat. Like the entire design is like an orange paint splat over a black mat. And then there's 3M across the entire shoe. So they look
Oh
entirely
wow.
different based on like the lighting you're in and things like that. So those are one of my here. I remember buying it was a fucking trip, like getting onto the website, and it was just so different from buying any other shoe that I've had. So those are big for me. Whenever I could get those on, I throw them on. I have them like in a case and everything, to keep them crispy. And then I would say my other one is I have the white De La Souls, the high tops.
Yeah.
They're
There you
really
go.
loud, but I really like them. They're also obviously that dunk silhouette, just super comfy. And
Mhm.
yeah, it just looks so cool with the yellow, the pink, they just pop from across the room. You can't mistake them. So those are my three.
Yeah, those are very unique. That's a solid three. What's up, Derrick? Talk to
Hey man. All right. So I don't have any of what y'all talking about. Like
me.
I don't have any of that. Like I have a wish list. Like I want to get some Concords, stuff like that. Like I have I have that in my mind. What I have in reality are some Goodfellow boots.
Yeah. Okay. That's
I
what's
got
up.
yeah, no, I got some those are pretty standard too. I have what was that? I think it was some Steve Madden
Okay.
not really. I don't really classify them as boots, but they might be boots. You might classify them as that, but I don't know. And then also offcut. I got some really really nice. You like they actually look like Adidas, but they're actually Sheen.
Mm-hmm.
You know the company
Mm.
Sheen, the
I
online
know exactly what
store.
you're talking about.
Yeah, those are actually my most comfortable ones next to my New Balances. So yeah, I'm just I look, my girlfriend is just getting me, she's getting me to change my style. I look,
Embrace it.
I'm
Embrace it.
yeah,
Embrace.
yeah.
Derrick, I got a question. How old are you?
I'm actually turning 33 next in 2 weeks.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah, no. Look, I embraced my old man phase years ago. Like
Man,
I'm looking forward to sitting in my rocking chair and drinking some lemonade. Like
I'm about to say you got an old spirit, my boy.
yeah.
You
Yeah, yeah.
man, I got these boots, man. You
Yeah.
know, my good old my good
You
old
won't
boots.
believe the comfort.
You
Hey
won't
man,
believe it.
I need to replace my Tims though.
Mhm.
I need to replace my
Yeah,
Tims. I never bought
Yeah.
another pair after that.
you were
I mean,
traumatized. I don't blame
I,
you.
I wouldn't either.
Don't
Oh, I
blame
still
you,
wore
bro.
them.
I
No, I
won't
still
blame
wore them.
you.
Hey, bro, I wore
Hey,
those
hope you
things
ain't
till
playing them again.
no, no, no,
Yeah, just don't play
no.
them, man. You
I,
just
I,
do
I,
it.
I never played in them again, but I did wear them. I wore them till the sole kind of wore out a little bit, and then I just tossed them.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I need to get some more of those. I need to get some Concords. I need to get some Forces. I'm gonna be honest, I really want to get some Black Forces as well.
Oh
I want to
yeah,
get some white
See,
demon
ones,
time.
yeah,
but
Demon time.
nah, I know.
I want to get some black
Yeah,
ones too.
yeah, man, you foul. Yeah, you do more than foul. Yeah, I
From
can't play
boots
ball with you.
straight to
Nah, I need the
Wait,
black ones.
high top or low top?
I'll get the low tops to mess with you. But
Oh my
nah,
God,
I get
yeah.
the listen. I get some black high tops just to play basketball in.
I wouldn't even pick you up. No. I'll pick
I
you up
wouldn't
because
even
You need
no,
to.
I know. No, you're right. I will pick you because I know what nobody. I know what's up.
Yeah,
Defense.
yeah,
I
it's
Yeah,
already know.
defense.
defense with
That's
the
I
it.
already
strap.
know
You
what
getting
they'll
the
be
high
on.
Yeah,
tops with the strap or
the
without the
strap.
strap?
Yes,
They'll
yes,
be scared of you.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
yeah,
want to
For
play against
sure.
you.
For
They'll be
sure.
yeah,
scared of
yeah.
you.
I literally just want to get those just for basketball. That's it. I don't like
Right.
not
That's
going anywhere else. I just want that for basketball. I want you to know what time I'm on.
Before we
That's
forget
crazy.
though, we need your three too, Bobby. We can't sleep on your three.
Right. Mine might be the most bougie of them all, but my beaters right now, man, my go-tos are these my Yeezy foam runners. They're black ones. They just came out. The Yeezy Onyx foam runners. I wear those literally everywhere, like every single where I even wear them to work. Um, and my two shoes right now that I have that are like my prized possessions, if that makes sense, is my Travis Scott ones with the backward
Mhm.
swoosh. Um,
Oh, I want those
and
too.
I say that, but when the shoe came out, I just from first sight I was like, oh yeah, I need them. You know what I'm saying? First sight I need them, and then I actually paid. I just paid a plethora of money for them. So that's like my grail shoe. So I'll say that, and it's these dunks, the Brazil Supreme dunks, hot top, um, the Brazil colors, yellow, green, those two. That was my most recent cop. So I've been looking at those for a while. I bought those off the GOAT really. So yeah, those are my three. I may have the most flashy, but whatever.
Dope. That's dope.
I'm a sneaker guy, man. If I want it, I have to get it. You know what I'm saying? By any means, by any means.
Yeah,
I've just been like that my whole life, my whole life.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
yeah,
That's
I'm
dope.
trying to be on my Derrick vibe. I'm trying to be on my Derrick vibe. So I'm
Hey,
trying to
bro,
be
look.
cool. Laid back.
Hey, man. I started doing the dress casual look more so than anything else. So I wear my jeans, but I wear those boots a lot. So
Comfort is king. The
it's
comfort is
actually not
king.
Comfort
comfortable.
king.
I'm extremely flat footed too. Like that's the problem.
You go up on the podcast with a turtleneck.
Yo,
Hey,
Right.
yo, the
no, real
Steve
talk. I almost
Jobs
did
of
that.
podcasting. Yeah.
Hey, yo, real talk. My girlfriend just bought me a turtleneck for Christmas, and I thought about doing that a couple weeks ago.
She knew what
That's
she was
funny.
in the future, bro. She knows
Yeah,
I'm
you
telling
yeah,
you.
might as well start you sooner than later.
yeah, yeah.
That's hilarious.
I love it. I love it. But before we get
So,
into our playoff talk with the NFL, is there any upcoming releases or anything you want to highlight, Bobby, before we move on?
Um, Not necessarily. It's one shoe that I was looking at. It's this by my favorite clothing line that actually just dropped. It's an upcoming called Babe slash Neighborhood. It's a clothing line that's dropping, I think, on the 24th of January. Look out for that. But their sizes do fit like, no shade to like the bigger guys, but that brand is, like their large fit like a small. So,
Hmm.
whatever the case. But that's one thing I don't like. That's one thing I don't like about that clothing line. Like it don't it fits like a dry fit shirt on me. So,
Hmm.
but it's the shoe. It's the Chinese year bathing apes that I got to look out for that I actually want because in 2013, I mean 23, it's the year of the rabbit over in China, and they're like doing a little collab over there, Harajuku, Tokyo, with this shoe. So, red, gold, um, kind of bluish, poppy colors. You know what I'm saying? Standout colors. Top of my vibe. That's a shoe that probably retail for like I don't know 350, but that's a shoe that's coming out. I haven't been into like the Jordans lately because I haven't seen anything that's like popping out. You know what I'm saying? Everything's been like real generic. So next segment, I could probably if something pops. Well, actually no. The Cherry 12s are rumored to drop this year as well. So if you guys are a fan of those, look out for those. And the DMP Concourse, Derrick. There you go. There
hey,
you
man.
go. There you
Hey,
go.
I'm
The
getting those. I
DMP
think I might try and get those this year. The
the
Concourse.
DMP Concourse, but those are different. That's the one with the gold on the back though. It came in the
Mhm,
pack. Like if y'all was like the fans with the pack back in the day, like with the
Hmm.
DMP sixes and the DMP
mhm.
Concourse. Those are coming out. I think they're coming out separately now with the pack. I don't think they do packs anymore. But
Mhm.
those are dropping. I don't know how much, but usually I think probably for 220. But the only difference is that the Jumpman is gonna be gold. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's like a special significance behind it. So yeah,
nice.
look out for those two. Like those are my two like main cops that I have to get this year so far. Like the Cherry 12s and the DMP Concord. So other than that, yeah,
Perfect.
that's what's up. Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man.
It's playoff time in the NFL world. So we got so much to jump into with that as well. So make sure you guys look out. Let us know what y'all are interested to, right? If you guys want to see more talk about specific pieces that we want to show off, what are you guys interested for the fashion sections and kicking it moving forward? But let's jump
Most
right
definitely.
into our playoff talk. I think it's only right, just with the timing that we get, straight into the games, and then after that we're going to play a little game over under, where I'll tell you guys the lines and we all vote on how we think it's going to play out and look back at it next week. So our first game of the playoff slate, we've got the Jaguars coming up against the Chiefs. Since Matt is the only
Oh man.
person with any, I mean, Matt, excuse me, since Angel is the only person with any affiliation here, I'm gonna let you start this one off. I'm gonna throw you the oop. How do you feel about this matchup? Obviously taking place in Kansas City, and how do you think the game goes, man?
Uh, I want to say there's no way in hell we win this game. uh, but I just I've been saying Bills versus Jags the past 10 years in the AFC Championship. So this is like a dream of mine to actually happen in Buffalo. I can actually go to the game because I am a season ticket holder with the Bills, so I go to all the games and stuff. But man, I just don't see the Jags winning. Honestly, if I had to like speak from the heart, I want them to win, obviously, but it's tough, man. They beat us 27, I think 17 earlier this year, and that game was looking ugly at first. So I don't know. I think Pat Mahomes in the playoffs is a totally different animal.
Mhm.
We got
Bingo.
Doug Peterson, who's obviously an amazing coach. I mean, he took this team to something that I never thought would happen. I know Derrick's laughing over there and smiling because he knows, but yeah, first first run in the playoffs versus a juggernaut like that, I it's hard to go against Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid and those boys out there, man. It's tough. I mean, they could do it, but it's gotta be one of those things where the Chiefs gotta make more mistakes than them, and that's all.
So
Right.
what's your official pick before we move on, Angel?
My official pick's the Jags, man.
Ooh, I
Oh
like
my
it. I like
god.
it. I
Oh
Yes.
like
my
it.
god. I hope you're
Yes.
not. I
By the
hope you're
way,
not doing
Jags are a plus 400 underdog, while the Chiefs are a minus 550 favorite. So
Who did the
big
Jag
odds for the Jags.
who did they beat to get in the playoffs? Who they beat? Who
Well,
the
they
last
just beat
who
the
they beat?
Chargers, and then they beat the Titans the last game of the season,
Yeah,
Oh,
Titans and
okay.
Chargers. Yep.
and
Makes
that was the
sense.
decision. So I mean, they've
Makes
been playing
sense.
playoff football the past 2 weeks
Yeah. It's
because
a hell of a storyline, dude.
The
so
Jags have a hell
got
of a
last
storyline.
going down. What was it? I'm trying to remember the score. 28-7 or something like that. I have.
Mhm.
So it's possible, man. I don't know.
Anything is possible.
Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence, they
I don't
on
I don't
Saturday.
I,
Pull
I
up.
don't I don't I don't know. That's not gonna happen.
Hey, I got
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
So you're confident with the Chiefs, huh?
Who me? Of
Yep.
course. Of course. 5,000 5,000 he thrown for 5,000 yards through what 40 touchdowns and only 12 interceptions. And he did that quietly too, because if you look at it, nobody. I mean, he was of course Patrick Mahomes, but I would say this was more so of like Jalen Hurts type of deal because the Eagles were so good. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes did that quietly. He's what 12-3. Like he did that quietly. And you know what I'm saying? I get the Jaguars had a Cinderella story. They haven't been to the playoffs since what 2006 or whatever the case may be, something like that. But I mean, exactly. They haven't been since then. They don't have. I don't think. I think they're gonna freeze up. They don't have any of that experience. Patrick's been there. You know what I'm saying? Patrick has a Super Bowl ring. That's tough, man. You know, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. And then that's tough. That's tough. I'm looking at the team too. I don't know. Everybody's clicking on all things. If the Chiefs defense can play at least decent, I'll give them that. If they play subpar, the Jaguars will can have a chance because they have a strong run game and they have a real strong run game. And the Chiefs defense, all like their defensive line is like subpar, very subpar, and their cornerbacks is not all that. So it's possible, like you guys said, but Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's gonna win it all, but
we just need the Philly special. Get us to the promised land.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if we see it. I will not be surprised. Derrick, what's your thoughts? Who you got in this matchup?
Hey man, Bobby, you know who else has a ring, right? Doug Peterson. So
Of course you bring that up.
Yeah, I gotta bring it up. I gotta bring it up whenever I get a chance to. You know what it is.
You funny, man.
Oh, listen, I don't think the Jags are winning either, but I do think I think it's very possible that they could slip up and win this game. Because I'm gonna be honest, the way that Doug Peterson draws up plays, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I think that that's one of that to me that was the biggest story of their win over the Chargers was the play calling and the play design. I think a lot of those trick plays, and you saw that with his time with the Eagles, but those trick plays are different. And if Kansas City is not ready for that, I think they will be. But if they're not ready for that, I think it's very possible that they can slip up and make this very interesting to where they could win this one. I'm not choosing the Jaguars to win this one. I think if I'm putting my money on it, it would be Kansas City. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Jags won it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Wasn't he Doug Peterson? Wasn't he the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City?
He was,
Chiefs?
Yeah,
2013.
Which is interesting.
Right.
Which is interesting. He coached under Andy
I didn't
Reid.
even know that. That's a deep cut right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the offensive coordinator.
Philly, right?
Yeah, he coached under Andy Reid. Yeah, and actually, he played for Philly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he played for Philly.
Yeah, he actually did. 80s. He played for them in 99.
99. Yeah, so Jesus, the 80s. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of familiarity there. Like he knows Andy Reid. So the I don't know, man. Like I'm not putting my money on it, but
please don't.
It's possible. It's possible.
No, it's not.
It's possible.
No,
it's possible.
High reward.
No, it's not. No,
yeah.
it's just like in the NBA that one year. You remember the time when the Hawks had that amazing season and they sent 4 players to the All-Star game and whoop, and there was a
Bobby,
season.
Bobby, we're in Atlanta. We know. There was no way to they had
put the hat
on. They had no shot, bro.
What year was that's like that year with I don't know, but I'm not saying the Jags ain't have I don't know. Because I see that all the time. I never seen so many Jaguar fans at work. I was like, wow. Right.
Hey, look,
Woodward.
I never met so many Eagles fans when we won the Super Bowl.
I mean,
I started seeing Eagles flags on cars. I saw someone with Eagles sneakers. I said, hold up.
Where'd
I've
you
been
get those?
suffering all these years. Right. I've been suffering all these years, getting dragged and everything. And now people just want to come out of the woodwork as fans. That bandwagon thing, I hate.
Yeah.
I hate. I would love to see the Jaguars win this game, though. I doubt they will, but I would love to see it. Just for the story and to see them get to the AFC Championship. That would be amazing. But
sure.
I like the Chiefs. I agree with you guys. I'm going with the Chiefs in this one too. I think what really sets it apart for me, I thought it was funny that you mentioned that their D-line is suspect, but they actually had the second most sacks this year. So considering obviously everything in that matchup with Trevor Lawrence, getting pressure is going to be the key, especially early to try to throw him off his game. Last week was historic, right? So it sucks to hate on a team that did some crazy like that. But you can't ride that momentum forever, right? I think if they upset the Chiefs here, though, like that's going to be one of the crazier Cinderella stories in recent memory, honestly. But I think this game, like Derrick said, should be funner than it appears, right? The odds are super wide, but I think this is going to be a fun game. These are teams that are like you said, semi-familiar with each other, and have a lot to build on off of last week. So looking forward to seeing this match. We got 3 picks for the Chiefs and 1 for the Jags. Let's move on to Derrick's most important game of the week for sure. The Giants are sitting at plus 285 up against the Eagles at home, who are minus 365. Derrick, start us off. It's only right. Take us to the promised land.
Hey man, Jalen will do that. I promise you that. The Eagles are winning this game. I hate this is the one thing that I hate about this season. Okay. When have you ever seen a team that's won so much in a year get thrown, like narratively thrown into the Lions den and doubted so much? I don't get how you have 2 receivers that have caught for over 1,000 yards. How you have a quarterback that's rushed for 10 touchdowns and thrown for I think over 3,000 yards. I don't see how you have an offensive line that is as great as they are with the secondary that has 2 of the best corners in the league. They're the top 2 corners in the league. I don't see how you have all these pieces on this team. If this was Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, if this was God, even Joe Burrow, everybody would be singing their praises, the whole team, but mainly saying, "Oh, this guy is definitely the MVP." I don't care what this other guy over here is doing, because you saw as soon as Jalen Hurts was out for 2 weeks, then you can't replace him. He is the system. You can't replace him. I don't see why there's so much doubt, but I'm okay with it. This is the exact same thing that happened when we won a few years ago, where all these questions every time. You're considered the underdog even when you're not. The number 1 seed in the NFC. We're the best team in the league record-wise as well. But when you have all this in your favor and people still question it, it's funny to me, because anybody else that does this is not a question. It's just not a question. Like, I get, what took place last year and all that stuff, but those questions should have been laid to rest months ago, to be honest. So yeah, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a phenomenal game. But Philly's winning this.
You Philly's think winning a lot? You think it's gonna be a close call?
What happened when we played them the first time this season?
It was a long time ago.
I think it was like 41-20 something. Everybody wants to talk about this second game as if
That's funny.
Yeah, man.
They looked great last week against the Vikings. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's the Vikings.
It's Kirk Cousins.
It's Kirk Cousins. It's Kirk Cousins.
The offense is what carried them. It wasn't the defense, but I feel you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can, to me, he's nice, but you cannot I'm not banking on him in high pressure moments like that. I'm just not. I'm
Shit,
not.
I wasn't banking on
man?
Daniel Jones to go crazy either, but he did it.
What was the score?
I predicted the Giants to win. I think you did too, Chris, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I picked the Vikings.
I had the Giants winning that game.
But did you have Daniel Jones throwing for 300 yards and going crazy the way he did?
Oh,
Hell no.
That's not
like that's not happening this week.
Yeah,
no, that's not happening this week. It's not. Again, we had the two best corners
I don't know,
right there
that's a toss-up.
with that defensive line.
That's a toss-up, man.
Look, 70 sacks on the year. 70 sacks on the year.
I remember the Texans ran up on y'all. I remember.
You know why? Do you know why? No. Do you know why? Let me no. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why that happened. Let me tell you why that. Let me tell you why that happened. Okay, Jordan Davis, who is the guy you need for stopping the run, who we needed.
Also a rookie.
Stop the run.
Jordan Davis.
He's a rookie. Yeah, for sure. But he was. Ricky? Yeah, no. But if you looked at him, he was injured prior to that Texans game, right?
Right.
Like I think the week prior to that. So I knew we were going to miss him for like 4 weeks. But those games that he was gone, we struggled a little bit against the run. I mean, it was bad. It was bad especially against Dameon Pierce. That was bad. But he's there.
Yeah,
he's there.
Yeah, that's true.
He's there. Saquon Barkley.
Be a good game.
I respect Saquon Barkley. All right. I respect the Giants. All right. Dable. I love him. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job. They're just not winning the game.
Yeah. No.
If the Giants wide receivers can produce and their cornerbacks can produce, it'll be a fight.
It's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game.
Because they can't. If Saquon, if they don't hand the ball to Saquon 80 times.
By double digits.
I didn't catch that, Angel. Could you say that again?
No, I don't think it's gonna be that fun at all. I think the Eagles are gonna probably beat them by double digits. Honestly, I just don't see this game being super competitive. I just truly don't. I guess
talk that talk.
I think it's Danny Jones has had a good season. He hasn't lost them a ton of games, but he hasn't really won them a lot of games either. He won them this playoff game versus Kirk, but against the Vikings, yeah. I mean, he had the best game of the day
of his life. Of his life.
Of his life, yeah.
I mean, for rush to go for 300 and rush for 75, you're pretty damn good that day.
Yeah.
So I just can't see the Giants winning it all, man. I think at home, Philly at home versus a division rival. I just can't see it, man. I think Jalen Hurts is another week healthier. He's gonna be hyped up. AJ Brown's gonna be hyped up for his first playoff or his first, actual quarterback playoff game. like he's actually gonna get the ball this game.
Yeah.
7 previous games versus other playoffs in the playoffs and not one and dones.
He's never been this far before.
I predicted Eagles versus Bills Super Bowl the day after the draft. Because the second the Eagles got Jordan Davis and AJ Brown, them and the Jets had the best draft, easily A1, AB.
Yeah.
Wasn't even close.
Right.
And the second
they got talk, Angel. Talk Angel.
Hey, I'll just be honest. I said it. I got you know how I love receipts. But no, seriously though, like I just can't see it. If the Giants win, that's a huge upset, man. It's a big upset, and it just makes it easier for whoever wins Dallas versus Niners if they play the Giants, because I don't see them beating either one of those either. I mean, the Giants are the 4th best team right now in the NFC, so and I got the Eagles obviously at 1 right now. I just can't see. I can't see it, man.
Hey, I'm going with the Eagles too. I'm gonna make it clear. I'm the guy that makes the case. I'm the guy that has to give Derrick some shit because I can't believe that we're here, right? This is the bane of my existence. It felt so good last year when I got to shut down every one of his predictions. Like, there's no way y'all are going to the Super Bowl because he said that last year. And I was like, bro,
Mm.
chill. But now you're right.
Yeah,
So I
last year,
can't
that was
talk
brutal.
too much shit this year because you were right. You were on point, on time with the build. I think I'm taking the points in this one though. I think this is gonna be a close game. I don't think this is gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be close enough that you're gonna be sweating, and that's why I'm giving you
I'm
all
gonna be
these
dry
different
as hell.
asterisks because I really feel like they're a team that's hot at the right time. I think that's all that matters in NFL playoffs, and I think that's a big underrated factor. It's easy to write off the Vikings and say, hey, they were the Vikings, but at the end of the day, that's a more veteran team than the Giants are, and they showed up big time. So I think the
Oh, yeah.
Giants are going to show up, but I think Eagles end up taking over late. What's your pick, Bobby?
um, Eagles.
Okay, I thought he was
I was about to
Eagles.
say, come on, don't even try that, bro.
Let's just keep it a band. The Eagles. I'm not a Giants fan. Let's get that. I'm not a Giants fan, but you know they're not like. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bullet sweating game. Maybe it has potential, but the Eagles are the Eagles. Like you know what I'm saying. I got them or the 49ers winning the Super Bowl anyway. So
I
Eagles.
like that.
Point
I
blank.
like that.
Yeah.
Next up, I'm gonna go on a rant for 5 minutes, and y'all gonna have to tolerate me. So about this Bengals Bills game.
oh,
So Bengals are plus
uh,
196 on the road against the Bills, who are minus 240 favorite. The closest game we have broken down so far, odds wise at least. Um, as a Ravens fan, I'm hurting right now. I'm just gonna make it very clear. There's nothing more excruciating as a fan than hope, right? There's nothing more painful than feeling the momentum, feeling the
yeah,
moment where you're about to move on in the playoffs. Like I said, we were gonna on this show, the only
Yeah,
person
you
to say
did.
we were.
Yeah.
And to experience
trust me,
that
I'm a Falcons
drive where
fan.
there's 7 minutes left, we just stopped them 3 times in a row,
oh,
and we're at the goal line. Like there's not. I was so happy, and to go from that to the pain that I felt
yeah,
after that turnover, um, it just really sucks. Obviously, there's the big shoulda, coulda, woulda with, oh, if Lamar was playing, we would have done this. What makes me
Mm-hmm.
so mad is that was a winnable game without Lamar. Like
yeah.
It
that was,
was.
That's
and sadly, it
scary.
came down to
Dylan
a choice. It came down to a
Riley was.
choice from Huntley to hop over the pile, which wasn't the call written up, which I think keeps getting undersold, and especially the fact that Greg Roman literally pieced out. I was like, well, you're gonna talk all this shit. I'm gone then, because everything was on him. When in reality, that was Huntley's choice. So I'm not trying to bag on Huntley. Shit, next year he might be our starting quarterback, but my main feeling about this game is I don't even think the Bengals should be here right now. So there's no way that I think the Bengals are going to win against the Bills on the road. I think it's going to be fun though. I don't think this is going to be a blowout by any means. I think the the Bengals have shown to get hot at the right time as well. I mean, they're so banged up. I think about 5 starters went down in the Ravens game alone, and they came in banged up.
Mhm.
So I think that's the biggest storyline of this matchup. If they were a little healthier, I might even be leaning towards the Bengals. Don't kick my ass, Angel, but I'm picking the Bills here. But nothing brings me more pain than knowing that we were this close. So I'll let whoever wants to take it next.
I guess I'll take over. I got you. I'm sorry. I was holding it in. But
Yes.
oh, Buffalo's winning this weekend. I can tell you that right now. I so exactly what Chris said. It's going to be a really close game. I think we all know that. I think it's going to be super high scoring. The weather is going to be a factor, so it is going to rain this weekend. It's actually raining right now as I look outside. So like, it's going to be a factor. It's going to be about who can run the ball better. We have the best quarterback for that. It's going to be about the environment, and it's going to be who's going to step up at the right times. Josh Allen in the playoffs is special. 17-3 touchdown and interception ratio, and he threw 2 interceptions this past game. But I I will be a different person come Sunday in that stadium, and we end up losing. So I just know for a fact, man. I don't. Do I see us losing? Sure, right? Because Bengals are they're really good. They are. I just don't think in Buffalo they're going to win. This and just outside of football, how much this will mean for the city of Buffalo to advance and make it to AFC Championship and to make it to the Super Bowl means a lot. Like I know, like outside of sports, the shooting that occurred in Tops Supermarket last year, the one snowstorm that made us have to move games to Detroit, the blizzard that just killed over 40 people. There's been a lot of things in the community that people need, right? Like sports is one of those things where it's an escape it's an escape for the players, escape for the fans, the coaches. So once you like lock in, you start watching that game, you kind of forget about all the troubles you just had, right? Like you're just thinking about watching the game. And it's one of those things that this community needs. And to advance, man, a Super Bowl for Buffalo would mean everything for us, man. Like it's more than just like sports at that point. It's just like it's a relief. But yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a super close game. I think it's gonna be fun as hell to watch. I'm excited to watch it in person. But yeah, man, it's one of those things where you kind of get nervous as a Bills fan because we've always had hope for a long time and it never like happened. 13 seconds last year, AFC Championship the year before, where it's like we lose heartbreak to, the Chiefs, and then last year 13 seconds again. So it's like, man, like this city, this team, we need it. Like especially with everything happened with DeMar and all that stuff, man. It's gonna be a special game, and DeMar hopefully will be there. So we'll see.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, man. I guess I'll go next. Yeah, I got the Bills going. I got the Bills winning. No question about it. Just off of that alone, they have momentum. They have a chip on their shoulder due to DeMar. You know what I'm saying? It's home. The Bengals have too many injuries. I think two of their O linemen just went down. I think Alice Copper, he just went down, and somebody else. Them injuries, and plus Joe Mixon can't. He's a good running back, but they need their own line. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the Bills have a chip on their shoulder. Like I won't be surprised if the Bills beat the crap out of them boys, man. To be real, I won't be surprised if they really run it up. Just due to number 3. You know what I'm saying? Like at home as well. And plus, is the game going to be packed? I know it's sold out. You know what I'm saying? Just the atmosphere alone is going to. I don't think. Well, I mean, Joe played in the Super Bowl, but I don't. That's it's a chip on his shoulder too.
In those stands, man. Like that the game after DeMar's, situation was. I've never had goosebumps in that stadium before, or in watching sports. But sitting in that stadium and that kickoff, everyone. I tell you, there was tears across the stands.
Right.
People were bawling tears when Hines ran that ball back, man.
Right. And on the very first one.
It's more just sports right now. It's literally about the city, about DeMar, and man, they playing with some heart. Like I just literally what you said, Bobby. I can see it being a close game. I would love to watch just a beatdown, bro.
I see them running it up. I'm sorry.
No sweat.
I see them running it up.
What's your thoughts, Derrick?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. I don't see the Bills losing this one. Like Angel, I had the Bills Eagles Super Bowl for this year. I do want to apologize to you though, Angel. I told this to Jonathan and Matt, but I feel like I cost you the Super Bowl run last year because in that it was overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
I text Jonathan. I said, "Hey, bro, you gotta come on. Y'all gotta come to the show. Like this y'all finally made it. Like y'all gotta come to the show." And then right then it was like it happened. I was like, oh. I didn't even text him. I didn't even text him. I didn't say anything. I just let it go. I was like, yeah, he ain't coming.
He ain't coming on the show.
So yeah, I want to
Yeah.
apologize for that because I feel I'm superstitious. Like I really do believe some of those things. Like the Eagles Super Bowl, I was laying on my couch, bro, one position the entire game. I didn't talk to anybody. Somebody called me up halftime, and then we were talking, and as it went into the third quarter with him on the phone, and I'm like, yo, I think we like did a turnover or something like that, like through a like full
Right
through a
up.
pick or something. I was like, hey, get off my phone, bro. Like,
I gotta go.
nah, I'm not doing this. So, so I do feel like I somewhat contributed to that, but I really do think y'all will win this one. There's too much momentum going into this game. From everything you already stated. The Bills, I think Chris and you and I did a preview of the season earlier this year. I told you I didn't have the Bengals going back to the Super Bowl. I didn't have either one of them, Bengals or Rams, going back to the Super Bowl for various reasons. So I don't see the Bengals upsetting the Bills in this one in any way, shape, or form. I don't see how you can have a banged up O line like that. I agree with you, Chris. The fact that they're here is weird because y'all should have won that game for sure. Say again.
If Lamar's healthy, Ravens are winning the division.
It's without a doubt. Look, you pay Lamar, they win the division.
Right.
Pay the man.
Yeah.
Pay the man. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for sitting, to be honest. So yeah, I think that just gives him more leverage now. See what happened.
Why you gotta do this to me, bro? Why?
I'm sorry, bro.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. My bad.
This is us supporting you.
My bad, bro. But yeah, Bengals are way too banged up to make it to the Super Bowl or even to the AFC Championship. So there's no way they get past the Bills. Bills go all the way to Super Bowl until they face the Eagles, and then that's where the letdown happens. I'm sorry.
That's 2 in a row with all of us picking the same team. Let's see if this changes with our final game on the slate. We've got the Cowboys plus 160 at the Niners minus 190.
This gonna be one of the change.
Glock Purdy about to let it off.
Oh man,
that's
Purdy.
I'll be short and sweet with this one. I'll be short and sweet. There is no way that the Cowboys win this game. And my dad, who's a big Cowboys fan, has been losing his mind. He's excited for the game. This is going to be even more depressing for them than last year was, because I think Purdy is the future for this team, believe it or not. And the way that they've been running on all cylinders, their offense is better with Christian McCaffrey. Their defense is better and healthy than it was last season. Especially with the way Dakota Rain has been playing, young Dakota. Last week it looked better than before, but he was definitely in a slump coming into the playoffs, man. So I'm picking the Niners here big. I would hammer this line because this is actually way closer on the odds than it should be. Like, if there's anyone interested in putting money on any team, I think you go all out on this favorite minus 190 for a team that I think should be much more heavily favored. So I'm going with the Niners here.
Easy.
Angel.
Oh man, oh man. So I think the Niners are gonna win. I just have a feeling Dallas is gonna pull it off, man. I just had an odd feeling. I don't like saying that. I hate saying that. I hate saying it. I can't stand Dallas Cowboys fans. I think all of us can't stand them, right?
Right.
But man, yeah. I had this sick feeling they're just gonna pull this off, and I think Brock Purdy's great, but there's a reason why he was drafted in the 7th round. He's in a system where you can't mess up. You just can't. Kyle Shanahan's system is one of the best in the league, or not the best for quarterbacks because it's super easy. It's simplistic. It's effective. He has the best defense in the league. So it's making him look really, really good. And that's not a bad thing because you have to be able to execute, right? Mm-hmm. With this defense, with this Dallas defense, it's a lot better They're gonna be healthier. I don't know, man. I can't think Dak could beat that defense, but I wouldn't be surprised, right? It's one of those games where it wouldn't be surprising for Dallas to win, even though I think the Niners will win. Yeah, man, I think this is tougher than Buff versus Cincinnati for me. Because I can see it, and it's gonna
Official
suck.
pick. Gun to your head. I need the pick. Who you got?
I'm gonna go. Oh man,
Pick the Cowboys. Do it.
Just pick the
I'll go
Cowgirls,
Dallas.
man.
I'll go Dallas.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Go Dallas. I'll go
Shout
Dallas.
out my guy Logic. He was on the show last week. He's also going with Dallas in this spot. So interesting
The
stuff.
rapper? Who, the
No. Look like him a little bit, but no, not the rapper.
Chris International.
You feel me? So we got one pick for the Cowboys. I'm gonna let you hit us off, Bobby. What do you think? Who you got?
49ers, man. What?
Are you a Niners fan? Am I missing out?
No. I'm a Falcons fan. Let's not get into all that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, hey, look, okay. I'm a Falcons and I'm an LA fan. I know, right? I'm a Falcons fan and I'm a Lakers fan. Picture that, right? But the 49ers, man, I mean that triple-headed dragon they have over there, including Purdy, is just phenomenal what they got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially like picking up Chris McCaffrey was probably one of the best pickup trade or whatever of last year. You know what I'm saying? Because you can give Debo no time off. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to be the all-time target because people gonna focus on Christian, and then you got Debo coming out the backfield as well, and then you still have George Kittle. It's just they have too many weapons, and then like what you said, Angel, that defense being in that system is just probably the best system wise because they had Jimmy Garoppolo looking like what I'm saying, like a quarterback that needs to get paid. So I don't see the Cowboys pulling off. I see the Cowboys doing the same old Cowboys thing. They always put up this type of hope they have every year, and then when they get down to the big show, Dak Prescott all of a sudden forgets he knows how to play football. So I don't know because Zeke already forgot. Zeke is gone. I don't know where I don't know where Zeke is. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. Shout out to Zeke for my fantasy. So shout out. Zeke is gone. I don't know where Zeke is at. So I don't know. I'm taking the 49ers. So that's my final pick. Easy. They're not stopping that three-headed dragon.
Yes, sir. Derrick.
6-0, man. 6-0.
Look, you already know there's no way in hell that the Cowboys win this game.
There's more of a chance of the Cowboys winning than there is you picking them to win.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The chance is a lot higher. I would actually love to see them win. You know why? Because
the Eagles.
They face the Eagles in the NFC Championship, and to see the Cowboys lose on that type of stage would be hilarious. That would just make the Super Bowl that much sweeter. Their team.
So what happens if they win?
They're not winning that game. They're just not.
I was gonna say I kind of want this to happen now, just so
they're not winning
just
that
for
game.
the chance to throw
they're
you
not winning that
week
game.
after.
They're not winning that game. They're just not winning that game. I'm sorry.
Right.
You gotta be in Philly.
Okay.
You gotta be in Philly to win that game and play that game, and you're not winning that game.
Okay.
I don't see. To me, I like the Eagles versus the Niners in the NFC Championship game.
That's gonna be.
That would be that's like every football fan's wet dream, right? That is like a high.
The 49ers would win that game though.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
No, they wouldn't. They don't have the better offensive line.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not. They do not have a better offensive line.
No, they don't. But I got the 49ers beating the Eagles on that. I don't think they're going to come through.
That's cute, but it ain't happening.
We'll get there. You'll be on. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll
next
bring
week
you.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get you.
I don't see how they win that game, bro. Like I don't. But
Because the
I
defense is gonna
think
trump.
this it's a great story. But the Cowboys have no chance in this game. They just don't. They don't. They don't. They really don't. I mean,
I feel like they have a chance.
Trayvon Diggs is not as great as people hype him up to be. He's not his brother, okay? Like his brother is like is phenomenal at his position. Trayvon Diggs is good. He's serviceable as like, and he's better than me. He's an NFL player, right? But he's not. He ain't that guy. He ain't that guy. I'm sorry, he's not. Tom Brady helped him out last week. Okay. Tom Brady helped him out. That offensive line not blocking helped him out.
That game
I
was
think
so trash, bro.
it was garbage. Trayvon Diggs is he's a recipient of a lot of good fortune.
I agree.
He's not what he thinks he is.
Give the man some respect. God damn, bro. You act like
I said he's better than me. I said he's better than me.
He's definitely top.
He's a good football player. He's a good football player.
So I will say he's a lot better this year than he was last year.
Yep. Even though he doesn't have the numbers that he did last
year. He doesn't have the numbers, but yeah.
This year he's head over heels better than last year. Last year he was literally an interception machine, and that's it. He blown coverages,
getting burned.
Yeah, he got burned a lot.
He looked bad.
He's not, but
actually, it wasn't really a game where he's like, "Oh man, it's the best corner in the league." I don't think he ever was, but he just had the numbers because that defense allowed him to make the mistakes.
Michael Parsons.
He's
a recipient of Michael
Parsons. So like, you know what I mean? So like that defense allowed him to do things that corners always want to do, which is go for the ball.
Yeah.
Not necessarily what you're supposed to do in the NFL. This year he leaned back more. He's had a much better year in my opinion, but like I said, I just see the upset. My brain says obviously the Niners are probably gonna spank them, but I just gotta go with the heart, and that's why I picked them. I have a feeling. I have a sick
the fact
feeling.
that's a heart pick, I'm starting to second guess the situation right now, Angel.
It's just
I fuck with you, but your heart is with Dallas, bro.
It's not the heart. It's not even the heart. It's just a sick feeling.
It's a gut.
Hey, bro, I'd love to see this happen. I would love to see this happen.
Think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no,
bro.
Hell no.
Y'all know my troll game on Facebook every time the Cowboys lose, right? I would love to see this happen so I could it's just elevated to another level.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. It ain't happening.
I just gotta say, shout out to Angel for being the only person to have the balls to pick a different pick. All three of us, Derrick and me and Bobby have the same exact picks. But shout out to Angel for switching things up a little bit. You gotta the spice of life is variety.
I love it.
But before we get out of here, I think there's another important announcement that I need to give you guys, which is the status of our picks championship. This is the second consecutive year that Derrick and I every single week have gave you our picks, and all the results are tallied in. Everything is ready for the entirety of the season. This does not include playoffs. So this is regular season. Just wanted to make that distinction. I didn't get to give the results last week, so I thought might as well do it now. So these were the results last year. Last year, Derrick won. He had a final score of 167 wins to 103 losses, while I had 164 wins to 106 losses. Really close battle throughout the entire season. But this season it was something different, man. This shit was not close at all. Let's fucking go. I was scared, okay? I'm gonna be honest. I was shook when I first took that L, right? Because I thought, I'm like, man, this is his show, right? I'm coming on the show. I gotta make my bones. I gotta try to win this, right? It came down to the last week. So it was heartbreaking for me, right? So I came back with a vengeance this year. I'm going to start with Derrick's score. I'm not trying to throw no shade, but I have to say both you and I last year would have won the competition if we were facing you this year. Your point total for this year is 162 to 106. Obviously, there's the 2 ties in there as well as the 1 postponed game. And then you, with that score, so look, you did worse than last year, right? Than both of us. But with that score, you are still the 6th ranked analyst according to ESPN picks. So amongst all the ESPN analysts, you are ranked number 6. I think that's a very respectable spot for our runner-up. But it's time for me to gloat, baby. It's time for me to gloat. We 1-1 now. There's no 1-0 talk. I evened up the score and I finished the season with a historic number here. 173 wins, 95 losses, 2 ties, and 1 postponement. Amongst ESPN analysts, there's only one person that did better than me, and that's Matt Bowen. So the fact that I came in number 2 on ESPN, CBS, somebody come holler at your boys. We'll give you
Real
consistent
last year we were top 3.
Yep, both of us.
I think that speaks to the quality of our knowledge and why this show is so good because we stay in that top 10.
Yep.
We stay in that top 10. Yeah, and I don't like this year was off. So this year was I know why this year was off. There were some games that were just like you had them decided, but then it was like some weird thing happened. And it's like, what the hell? So I'm not mad at that. It happens. But being in the top 10, I think like that and being consistently in the top 10, I don't think anybody can argue that. We are bringing something phenomenal to people. It's just a matter of time before they catch on. It's here. For sure. It's here. So,
goated. Name me another duo that is putting up consistent numbers like this across 2 seasons, right? There's a sample size now. This
Tatum
isn't
and
a
Brown.
flash in the pan. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? This isn't a flash in the pan. This is consistent work you're getting from us. So shout out to you, Derrick. It's only right I evened up the score. We got a bunch of years ahead of us. It's only a matter of time. Yeah,
most definitely. I'm gonna break that tie next year.
For sure. We're gonna see about that. But
yes, sir.
Another awesome week, you guys. Thank you so much. Both of you guys, Bobby and Angel, for coming on. It's been a pleasure meeting you guys. Let's go around the horn again, just reminding everyone where they can find you and your content. And we'll wrap up from there. Why don't you start us off, Angel? Anywhere you want to direct us. I know you say you don't have any socials you want to shout out, but anywhere you want to direct us, any pages or anything.
Just catch me on Facebook, man. OTS group. Join the group. Have fun. We like to mess around a lot. We like to joke around, but at the end of the day, Derrick's got a platform where we all respect each other and talk sports, and that's the most important. Sports, music, clothes, fashion. I'm sorry, but just anything. You'll catch me there. I usually start trouble, post here and there, and then I get scared. You need to chill out.
He throws a grenade and watches the chaos.
Watches it roll. Yeah.
But yeah, man. No, I'm happy to be on the show. I appreciate it. I've been wanting to come on the show for a while. I love my sports. I love the Bills. Stuff like that. So I appreciate y'all.
For sure. We got to have you on again ASAP, man. Bobby, it was a pleasure having you on for your reoccurring segment. Looking forward to speaking to you again next week. Tell the people where they can find you, man.
Oh man, like I said before, Supreme Bob, got 3 B's. That's the same name on Instagram, same name on Twitter. Like I said, my PSN name, if y'all got for the PlayStation, sorry for the 4s, but for the 5s, you know what I'm saying? Supreme Bob 813. It was an honor, a joy being on the show. I've been trying to get on the show for the last 2 years, my boy. And finally we is here, and now I'm about to be part of something big. So like you said, let's make magic. Let's all of us make this thing great. And I'm looking forward to doing some more work with y'all again in the future, man. Appreciate y'all.
I love it. And as always, you can catch me on Negron MMA on Twitter. Got another episode of the MMA Archive coming to y'all real soon. Really excited to share that with y'all. And then, of course, Chris Negron _ on Instagram. I'm so close to him 500 followers on Twitter. So please run that up. Let's get that to 500. And most importantly, I'm going to take the words right out of Derrick's mouth. Make sure that you follow the brand OTS Media Co. on all platforms, as well as OTS Media on YouTube for all of your sports needs, all of your lifestyle needs. Now, we got it all. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be following every single thing we put out. So much good stuff across the wide world of entertainment for you to chew on. So, Derrick, take us home, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you can follow me at Derrick _OTS. That's DERRICK, the black way to spell it. But more so importantly, like Chris said, OTS Media, OTS Media Co. all social media platforms. OTS Media on YouTube. We are on TikTok, but don't expect me to film anything. I'm not like that. But yeah, please subscribe, hit that like button, notification bell on YouTube. We got a lot of stuff coming, as you see. I've been promising you guys for a while. You're gonna have some new stuff coming up from us. And you know, this new segment right here has been something that I've been wanting to get off the ground for like the last 3 or 4 years, and just needed to find the right people to be involved with it. And I think we're now building that team for that. So Bobby, I appreciate you for jumping on and helping out with that. Angel doing a phenomenal job, bro, behind the scenes as well. You know, I appreciate you guys for all the stuff you guys do in the group. Excuse me, help keeping the discussions going. If you guys don't know, the OTS community is on Facebook. We have the OTS sports group. So, well, not sports group, OTS group. Discuss everything from sports, gaming, music, movies, fashion, everything that's about the culture. That's what this network covers. So please give it a follow, support. Tell your friends and family about it. It's the next best thing to come out. So, you know, don't be late to the party. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and we will catch you guys again next week. Peace.
Glock Purdy, Jimmy gonna pop a hole. Remember that.
Yes, sir.